what most doctors get wrong about medicine today? Because you just mentioned that is the future of medicine. So what are they getting wrong today?
It's it's an evolution. We're going through an evolution of what we didn't know and now we know, which is use of large data sets and biomarkers to become more predictive and proactive. It's not that we're wrong, it's just that we didn't have these tools and models to help upgrade our service care delivery. The question is, how resistant is the medical community going to be to a lot of these different products and services that are out there in the market today? We're starting to see adoption of AI products in traditional care models. And a perfect example is the AI scribe. So different AI products now can help assist the healthcare provider in data acquisition and medical history note optimization. And we're seeing those products being incorporated in electronic medical records to increase productivity and efficiency at home. I can only imagine that in a couple of years, we're going to have a lot of these smart and AI based products being everywhere in the traditional healthcare setting. And for me, that's a massive upgrade because the healthcare industry is likely to be the most impacted by AI in terms of disruption and upgrade because it's very siloed, fragmented, and it requires these tools and models to become a more efficient system. Also, physicians need efficient tools so they could focus on becoming humane again, focus on the patients and the clients rather than focusing on doing labor work that is preventing them from delivering very compassionate care. And so I think there's going to be adoption and acceptance of various technological products in the traditional healthcare system. I think we're going to see major cost savings and productivity and efficiency. And in parallel, we're going to see different healthcare delivery models, including the precision health, the longevity, the wellness related models that are very well equipped to offering preemptive, predictive, proactive care delivery, including the gyms because of customer loyalty and a large consumer database. You could start offering various screening and diagnostic services through these technologies so you can catch disease early and optimize humans outside of the traditional care setting. And I'm excited. I see it. The wellness and the longevity economy is a real economy projected to be 6% of global GDP by 2030. It's $10 trillion market value. It's moving in so many different segments, from real estate to wellness to gyms to clinics to consumer products. And it's not stopping anytime soon. So I think traditional care providers need to really understand that there is a health system outside of traditional care models, and we need to become better listeners and adopters of a lot of these technologies.
Do you think physicians are resistant to adopting these other models?
Yeah, generally speaking, no one likes to explore things they're very comfortable with, and especially if they're comfortable with what they currently have, which may not be the best products and services. Also, traditional care providers are typically afraid of the regulator or incorporating tools and services that are not validated by various healthcare bodies, including the FDA. And a lot of these models and products that we have today are more on the wellness than the medical grade sort of software as a medical service or FDA registered products. And so I understand the concern of slow adoption, whether it's on the fear of technology side or the lack of regulatory requirements or the lack of, say, randomized control trials or different scientific evidence needed at a minimum to bring these products to the traditional healthcare industry. But I always say, these wellness and longevity products and services may not need to be adopted by the traditional care model because there's a parallel healthcare system that is growing independent of the traditional care model. Yeah. So Americans spend over $4 trillion on healthcare. There's going to be a parallel system that is more proactive and preventative. It has its own, addressable market, consumers, infrastructure, and economy. I think both tiers need to converge or talk to one another at various degrees. And if the traditional healthcare model will not adopt some of these, let's call them wellness products, then it's understandable. It's understandable. But I'm seeing more and more doctors becoming aware of, this parallel system that's out there today, that's also being promoted by a lot of celebrity. And yes, it has a lot of fake claims and let's call them snake oil products. But the traditional care model is also not very clean. It's got a lot of bad actors, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is that, we're going to see multiple systems run in parallel, and you're going to see our consumers jump from one system to the other. And that's going to create a lot of confusion and, mistrust between the different systems. But hey, that's an expected outcome.
Mark your calendar for Disruptive Doctors Annual Conference and Exhibition. It's happening the 20th and 21st of September. This conference isn't about fitting into label. It's about expanding what is possible in healthcare and reimagining the doctor's role in it. This is where forward-thinking doctors come together to drive real change in healthcare. For those who refuse to settle, this flagship event brings together doctors from diverse backgrounds to explore fresh approaches, share ideas, and connect with a community of doctors to impact healthcare differently. Remember to get your tickets on our website at disruptive-doctors.com/conference 2025.
Join Disruptive Doctors.